Are you ready? Are you ready for the zeitgeist? Let's get hype, even if I might not play nice. This dream is happening, you're about to see, and it's gonna entice. Are you ready for the zeitgeist?
No. No one is ready. The real question is, are you ready for more Bendy? Because I sure am. I didn't think I was going to stream tonight, but I ended up with a lot of free time. And after last time, I really want to get to the rest of this. So, it's happening now. Right now. Right now. Because the story in this game got crazy. Yeah, I just wanted to watch the menu for a second there. I think I already kind of explored this as much as I could. And that guy yelled at me. Off your fucking tails. Oh wait, that's him waiting for me there. Oh, well now I'm glad I came over here. Oh, that's one of his tails. Forget it. Oh, there is something over here. Cool. Old Track 77 is a quiet place these days. Ever since that terrible crash a few years back, people don't like to hang around. Too many strange things keep happening on this platform. Last week, one of the railmen told me they had reports of some train going through that wasn't on the schedule. There were figures standing in the car, staring through the windows, but it never stopped to let no one off. Just kept going straight on through. Some say it was the Silver Lane Express, the train that crashed. Trained a little heck is on time. Yeah, I think I've kind of wasted my time now. Let's keep going. And I'm glad I found that book and that memo.
The demon's evil continues to spread. This world has begun to shudder.
Be quiet.
What did you say?
Nothing. It was nothing.
Almost there. Just a quick stop. Won't take but a moment.
Oh. He's gonna try to do something to me.
The subject will stand in the designated location.
I don't think I want to stand in the designated location. What if I come over here instead? Yeah, I'm on rails. I just really don't think this is gonna feel good, guys.
Object detected. The subject will submit all weapons for further screening. Disarm now. Remain still for examination. The subject is cleared for entry.
Can I take my wrench back? I know it's not a wrench, but it kind of is.
Welcome to the civilized world. How do you like my signal towers? They nullify the Ink Demon's powers so he cannot pass them. I wish I could say I invented them, but it seems our friends at the Gent Corporation had a demon problem of their own long ago.
Oh? There. Hello, ma'am? Who or what are you?
And now, my dear, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot to prepare. We'll talk later, I promise. Besides, you must be very tired. A quick rest will do you good. Betty will show you to your room. She's my housekeeper, among other things.
You never actually killed the Ink Demon, did you?
No, he's too powerful to destroy. So we sealed him away, trapped him in a different form. One that was smaller, harmless.
Bendy.
It was a fitting prison, although he seems to have found a way to free himself. But enough talk. We'll deal with that soon enough.
There's some nice fresh blankets all laid out for you. You'll be dreaming in no time.
Wait, Wilson? One more thing. If you needed my help, why didn't you just ask?
Would you have believed me?
That one's
Come
fair.
along, and no more dawdling. This way now. You're here at last. It's so exciting finally having you with us. Now, to give you some bearings, we're currently standing in the south wing. Wilson's laboratory is downstairs, and then there's the north wing. The ink demon got in there a while ago, and ever since, we've had to keep the north wing locked up tight. I'm afraid it's fallen into ruins by now. All those juicy, lovely books gone to waste. Only keepers go there these days, and they'll tear you apart limb from limb if Wilson isn't with you. So, mind your distance, and you'll be just fine.
Her little steps.
It's not very often I have guests to look after, especially one I can actually talk to. Almost everyone here either can't speak or they're completely mad. All right, here we are. Best room in the house. You should see where I sleep. Ugh. But this room, oh, just perfect. I saw to every detail. Bed is clean. The bathroom is on the left. Sorry about the stains. I did try my best to get them out. Did you have any questions?
Is it always night here?
It's always dark, if that's what you mean. For as long as I can remember.
Are you very old?
No. As far as I understand it, I'm something quite new. Although, I didn't turn out the way I was supposed to. One in a long line of failed experiments. But Wilson will keep trying.
And do you trust Wilson?
This is the realm of the ink demon. The shadow hangs over us all. I don't trust anyone. But Wilson takes care of me, keeps me safe. He once said I remind him of something he called his mother. Tell me, is that a good thing, where you two are from?
I'm not sure. I don't think I ever had one.
Well, no matter. Now, I was told to make sure you get some sleep once you got here. So get nice and comfy and relax. I left something on the table that might just help you nod off. It's my own recipe. Works very fast. Just follow the instructions. Carefully.
Thanks, Betty.
Of course. If you need anything else, I'll come straight away. I'm always up.
No, Betty. Mad that I had to leave the pipe behind. Not surprised, but mad. Okay, I guess I'll read this. The Mug and the Maiden, Volume 1 by Sir Wilton Moore, Chapter 1, The Dangerous Forest. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there lived a mug of cheese. Oh, but it was not an ordinary mug of cheese as you would find in any home or kitchen of the age. No, this mug of cheese was a distant descendant of one of the three grand flagon kings, the same kings who charged on horseback to defend their capital city during the unforgettable conquests of the previous century. To which of these flagon kings he hailed from, the mug was unsure. But still, there was honor and courage in his heart. His family line heralded of deeds long past that had forever changed the course of stoop history. Did he have a name? Of course. All mugs of cheese have names. This is common knowledge, just as every fruit bat is really named Stanley. The mug of cheese was named Richter the Cracked. What a name, I can hear you say. Cracked indeed. This mug of cheese bears no damage that I can see. Fall silent, you small-minded bass. For therein lies our intriguing story. Let's begin at the beginning. It was a hot winter day in the forest. One of those days where everything is dull brown. The lake was still, the birds had shut up, and the trees were but sticks in the overcast sky, save for a long, lone pine that skimmed the clouds above like a painter's brush. It was on this day that Mr. Darble Mouse was in a hurry. He had just been named as Vermin of the Year by the society brethren that lived under the old church, and it was customary for the honoree to bring fine port wine cheese to the ceremony. There were only hours to locate some of the precious cuisine. Fortunately, Mr. Darble Mouse knew exactly where to find it, the dark cellar below the governor's castle. But unfortunately, as he approached the loose plank of wood in the old wall, he failed to realize that the heavy rains that had come during the night had passed moisture into the plank, making it far heavier than usual. Thus, when he pushed the plank with all his might, it lifted just enough to push his body only halfway through. But his strength just couldn't contend with the weight of the plank, and his arms failed. The plank snapped back down, crushing him flat. After all, this story is not about Mr. Darble Mouse. Or had you forgotten the mug of cheese already? I can see how you might connect the two. Mr. Darble Mouse was, after all, looking for cheese, and we were talking about a mug of cheese just before. Sadly, I must inform you that there is no relation between Richter the Cracked and the rodent who is now nothing more but smooshed guts inside the wall. Except that there is, for it was the death of Mr. Darble Mouse that started all the trouble. You see, when things die, they tend to smell, and that's just what Mr. Darble Mouse did. But that's not all. His body, pinned between the outside and inside of the wood wall, had made a perfect passage for the hot winter wind. The wind therefore carried the stench of his decaying mouse carcass deep inside the governor's home. Like a snaking, twisting wisp of terror, the smell settled into a little tavern near the courtyard of the castle. Here, soldiers would spend many long hours when there was no bloodlust to soothe with battle. Strong ales and red meats filled the menu from back to front at this rustic medieval greasy spoon. Mostly the customers came to look upon the barmaiden, Maxine, who was actually named Rita. Rita was by far the best-looking creature in all the governor's county. There was a beautiful deer woman just over the hill, but no one knew that. By day, Rita scrubbed her tavern so clean you could eat off of it, which was fortunate, as it was a place you indeed would be eating, since it was a tavern. By night, she served her customers with charm, grace, but mostly with drinks. Did I mention that Rita was married? Well, I am mentioning it now. Rita was married. Her husband's name was James. He didn't do much, until he died. The smell of Mr. Darble Mouse knocked him flat, and that, my friends, was that. Oh dear, this story has barely begun, and already we've killed two major characters. Needless to say, Rita was deeply distressed by the whole thing, but 20 or so minutes later she realized she couldn't mourn forever, and went to buy some cheese. Ah, yes, don't worry, dear reader. This time the mention of cheese will probably guide us to meeting our focal hero of the tale. Also, this is a good time to start a new chapter. Chapter 2, a new chapter. Rita entered the cheese shop with her guns blazing. I am speaking metaphorically, of course, by which I mean she entered the cheese shop quite determined to buy some cheese. This was because just the night before, as her husband James was taking note of the weird smell in the room, she had invented a delicious new concoction, a cheddar cider, It was sure to be a hit with her patrons. After all, the governor's county had only two exports, cheese and grapes, and she couldn't possibly make a drink from a grape. Back to the cheese shop scene. Rita knocked on the counter loudly with her fist, causing the nearby cat to do absolutely nothing, as cats do. From behind the wall, she heard a stir as someone was crashing through piles of cheese to make their way toward her. Emerging gloriously from torn yellow curtains, an old man came into view. He was giant in stature, with a long, long gray beard. Bobbing along and stuck within his beard were all manner of cheese crumbs and wedges, wrapped tightly within his hairs. But yet he had even more cheeses on ropes pulled across his chest, with loops of provolone linked like sausages over one shoulder. His eyes were big, and his ears were bigger still. A smile of kindness erupted from his face as he locked eyes with Rita. My, the Kurds are kind to me this hour. Hello and welcome, he bellowed. Rita bowed low and promptly began to cry. The shop owner looked at her perplexed. What did I say wrong? The barred maiden sniffed and snooted and finally answered, Forgive me, for my husband has just died, and I'm out of Swiss. I am going to pause now in the story to ask myself why Mr. Darblemouse went to the cellar in the governor's house for cheese, if there was a cheese shop nearby. I think it's best that we overlook this glaring problem in the plot, don't you? Now back to the story at hand. Rita purchased a large amount of cheese from the shop owner. She bought cheese wheels and cheese melts and cheese slices. She bought cheese whistles and cheese bread. She bought cheese paper and cheese sandwiches. She bought so much cheese, in fact, that she had lost track of all she had to obtain and just dumped all the fromage into a large burlap sack for the return journey to the tavern. Goodbye, Rita, the shop owner called as she waved farewell. Goodbye, Daniel, she called back. His name was Birdie, by the way. Overburdened by her treasures, Rita made her way home, following the main road to the castle. But as it always happens, the road was now under repair. The man with the skinny mule was plowing up the dirt so that he could put down new cobblestone. 4 of his associates were standing by watching him. The job would only take a few years to finish, but Rita was in a hurry, so she followed the detour sign that told her to take a different road to her left. Unfortunately, no one could read in the governor's country, so she went right instead. This mishap took her deep into the forest, where absolutely nothing of interesting happened, except something of interest did happen. As she trodden on through the forest, her sack of cheese weighing her down, muttering complaints all the way, little did she know that danger lay just ahead. This danger was cunning and dangerous, and had one of those out-of-place eyebrow hairs that drives you nuts when you're talking to someone who has one. This danger we will call Bernard, the big, ugly lizard man who wears a blue cloak. Bernard didn't often have visitors in his house. This was because he lived outside. Also, he was rather fond of human flesh, which made him very unpopular. So obviously you can see the drama unfolding here. This beautiful but tired Rita huffing and puffing up the winding path as she approaches certain doom. Bernard, watching from behind a nearby tree, licking his lips. Oh, the tension is tense, is it not? At this point in time, we must pause again to ponder all the possibilities that can happen now in our story. 2 characters have died already. Surely a third wouldn't hurt anything. Are you perhaps just reading this story because you want to see who will get the axe next? Are you a little warped? Do you know that? Oh, you were a little warped. Do you know that? Well then, let's see what happened next. Bernard stepped from behind his hiding place, his eyebrow hair gleaming in the fading sun. Dear madam, why must you pass through so fast? He called with his eyes glimmering. I must get home, Bernard, because for one, it's getting late and I have customers to serve, and second, because you eat people, Rita replied. Poppycock, balderdash, cogswallop. I won't hear these lies against my character, he detested. For I, Bernard, the big ugly lizard man who wears a blue cloak, have completely reformed myself. Rita squinted suspiciously at him. You have? Bernard put a hand to his heart. I have. I no longer prowl or pounce. I won't attack or bounce. I will not kill or maim or tear. I won't crush or even bite you anywhere. I promise I won't devour any more. My gosh, you've become a bore. If you aren't going to be the danger of this story, then I've come all this way with 100 pounds of cheese for nothing, Rita grumbled. She boosted her sack further up her shoulders and turned with an angry grunt, but Bernard waved after her in a panic. "Wait! It's all a ruse. I intended to eat you, dear woman. I swear it," he cried. "It's all a trick, you see, a new angle. It worked on some guy yesterday. Oh, please stay." Rita sighed, her strength just about gone from the long adventure she had taken since she left home that morning. She turned back to face Bernard. "All right," she said, "but your part in the story better lead to an unexpected turn of events." "Oh, it will," Bernard clapped and waggled his clawed finger to motion her to draw nearer. "Just wait until the next chapter." I can't believe this thing is this long. Whatever this is. Chapter 3, the next chapter. All looked quite dire for Rita. Bernard had her within his grasp. Surely it would just be mere moments before his jaws collapsed upon her head. Oh, what a horrible end for Rita. Needless to say, I am worried for her. But as luck would have it, miles and miles away, 20 years earlier, something amazing happened. 2 mugs of cheese, a Gouda and a mozzarella, welcomed their first son into the world. I don't think I need to tell you his name. It was Dave. No one liked Dave. After that, their second son came forth, Richter the Cracked, just called Richter at that time. Richter spent his early life stealing cowbells and putting them on skunks. This way people always knew when danger was nearby. Needless to say, Richter was one smart mug of cheese. But all could not remain perfect forever, and suddenly the great skunk famine began. Richter found his world in array, and he sought new purpose. Fortunately, there was an opening in the governor's county for an adventurer at the time, and since he was a descendant of the 3 grand flagon kings, he was boosted to the head of the line, because as we are all quite aware, even in olden times, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Thus the adventures of Richter began. He braved deep dungeons, he slayed the great beasts, he climbed the highest mountain peaks, he sailed around the world despite the fact that he didn't own a boat. Richter was truly the stuff of legend. But did I mention the curse? Yes, fair readers, there is a curse. A fiendish and terrible curse. One morning, while Richter was in the governor's county, he came upon a witch, named Witch. This witch had just pulled a pound cake from her oven, where she then proceeded to start ingesting it, right there on the front walk of her home. At once Richter knew this creature was pure evil, eating cake this early in the morning and without ice cream. This was truly a fiend that needed to be vanquished. Richter jumped her fence and pulled his sword. "Would you like some pound cake?" the witch offered. It looked quite delicious. Richter would not let himself be seduced into early morning cake, so he approached closer with his weapon at her throat. The witch began to sweat with a mouthful of crumbs. "I also make a mean scone if you want to wait." Now, no gentleman or gentle mug could refuse a good scone. So Richter withdrew his sword and patiently waited for the witch to create these new buttery pastries. But what he didn't know was that the witch accidentally had bumped her table and had added within the mixture a vial of cursed liquid. See, I told you there was a curse. You were fair warned. The moment Richter ate one of the scones, he fell into a deep sleep. The witch, baffled, finished her cake and proceeded to get a civil service job in a nearby town. As the years rolled by, all that remained of the witch's house was carried off by elves, and her garden became overgrown. This left only Richter, asleep in the forest, with no end to his dreaming in sight. But the story, thankfully, does not end there. For as luck would have it, a giant man covered in cheese, with big eyes and big ears, wandered past the sleeping mug. In case you've forgotten, this was the cheese shop owner, Murray, sometimes called Bill. Unable to resist cheese of any kind, even a mug of the stuff, Murray took Richter to his shop and set him on a shelf. Here Richter sat for many years, until this very fateful day. You see, in Rita's haste to gather up all the cheese she had purchased, she had swept a few things that did not belong to her into the sack as well. These items included the cat on the counter, a personalized pen, Murray's cash box. I think she'll be hearing about this one eventually. And last but not least, Richter himself, still deeply asleep. So now that our 2 stories have come together, let's discover what happened next to Rita and Richter in the climax chapter. Chapter 4, the climax chapter. It was the same hot winter day in the forest, and Mrs. Darble Mouse was finally starting to get concerned. Just down the road, Rita was being drawn toward an almost certainly bloody and horrific end to her life. Bernard was just moments from taking her within his lizard jaws and mere hours from trimming his eyebrows. Rita stood her ground. She was no damsel in distress, but simply a person who was pretty darn tired by this point. She pulled the burlap sack of cheese from her body and swung it hard with every last bit of strength she had left in her. An ear-shattering crack broke through the silent trees as the bag made contact with Bernard's shocked face. His teeth flew in all directions, falling like pebbles to the ground. His eyeballs dislodged and rolled into a nearby stream. His jawbone turned completely around and planted itself on the back of his head. Bernard ran screaming into the woods, never to be seen again this week. His cries faded, and the forest once again fell soft and quiet. A cow walked by. Rita, still standing with her sack outstretched in her arms, stood wide-eyed at what had just happened. Surely no cheese in her bag was hard enough for that kind of impact. As she placed her burlap sack upon the dirt, peeled it open, she was amazed to find Richter, the mug of cheese, inside and looking quite dazed. He had awakened, and the curse was finally lifted. Somewhere behind a desk, the witch looked up and nodded with a smile. But oh, dear reader, look! Look what was now upon his mug body, a giant and elegant crack, the very mark of a warrior. His hero's journey was finally complete. Richter the Cracked had emerged. Yes, it is true that Richter really didn't do anything important in the attack on Bernard. Just by Richter being where he was at the perfect time, he had saved Rita. The fates were with them. Richter and Rita talked and laughed and ate cheese until the sun went down. Finally, they packed up their picnic and headed back to the tavern, where they were met with cheers of excitement. This is mostly because the guys had found out that Rita was now single. As the night wore on into the early morning of the hours, the tavern remained alive in the castle courtyard with singing and dancing and cheddar cider. Oh, what a celebration! But like all parties of such proportion, eventually everyone sobers up, and you have to go home. Before long it was dawn. The sun began to rise steadily in the west, marking a fresh adventure on the horizon. A wind of a new direction began to blow with a more steady pace. It skidded across the ground and found its way between the floorboards of the governor's castle. Here, against all odds, it found the barely remaining body of Mr. Darble Mouse. The wind carried the stench far beyond the borders of the castle, over the mountains, and deep within a dark cave where Evil slept. "What the heck is that smell?" said Evil, awakening with hellfire burning behind his eyes. Eventually, news of this great evil spread from town to town until it reached the ears of Richter the Cracked. He polished his sword and gathered some crumbs of bread to store in his mug. Wearing his best expression of courage, Richter once again set off to conquer the day. His story was not yet over. But for now, dear reader, we return to our own lives. So let us end this tale with one closing thought, shall we? Be we cracked or small, or even dead, there's always a purpose to where we are all led. Be brave and strong, and lest we forget, fate isn't quite done with any of us just yet. The end. What the fuck did I just read? What was all that? That was crazy. I can't believe that was in this fucking... I was wondering if I could have been listening to this music the whole time I was reading that. I can't believe they put like a whole fucking story in here.
Gilson. What's a Gilson?
I'm 40 minutes into this stream and I'm pretty sure I spent half of it reading that story. a different chair to sit upon. Haven't seen a mirror in a while. Oh my god, it'll let you sit on the toilet. That's crazy. That's impolite. I don't know, man. So you can't go in the shower. I can't go in the shower to find this Gilson stuff, but I can poop. So that's fun. Oh, that wasn't there before either.
The machine speaks to me, revealing its many possibilities. What I can accomplish using its power is beyond any measure. Life and death can become a thing of the past. Poverty and hunger, a distant memory. I can remake the world anew. But does the world deserve such a gift? For now, I have bigger matters at hand. A man in a black coat came asking at the front desk about the machine. Said he was from the Gent Corporation. Fortunately, the receptionist knew nothing, and he left quietly. Later, I found his name on the sign-in form. Mr. Alan Gray.
Kitty. Oh boy, am I going to have to do a lot more reading. A Theory About Spaces by Alan Gray. Okay, not as much reading. Chapter 7, Spatial Displacement of Unknown Elements. Let us imagine a long wire stretching between 2 points in known time. We will call this length of time the euphonic base. From here, we can dispel all needs of societal normalcy in all typically understood junctions of the world we know as the present. Once the euphonic base is achieved, it creates a shared understanding that there must be space around the wire that is not the wire itself. This space, a Cromley vacuum, could be in itself a host to many wires running in as many directions as we can perceive. Using a vessel of flow, a flux break, we can escape from our wire to another wire. This allows us to not just reveal these alternate timescapes, but command them with a larger understanding of their existence. Further still, in theory, we can bring elements of one world into another, displacing matter into a new state, regardless of the current host wire's rules. The reality and function of the elements becomes a new euphonic base. This is kind of like the
Nothing here.
this is kind of like the time travel stuff in Loki, in the Loki TV series. Fisherman Jeb's Fish Guide. Section 4, Freshwater Critters. The Yellow Perch. If you find yourself looking for a hard-fighting fish that won't rip your hands, you should look no further than the common yellow perch. This freshwater fish is always quick to bite anything they can get their jaws on. Best way to catch yourself one is work your bait, worms, minnows, and larvae, toward the bottom of the water and guide your line back up. You don't need much seasoning when it comes to cooking either. Flavor of the yellow perch is built right in. Good eatings. The Gilson fish. Aha, this we need. This one strange little fish that is pretty hard to come by. The Gilson is not known to be easy to catch and will ignore most bait. To make matters worse, the Gilson can move very fast, making it a rare sight. In the end, I was able to snatch me up this little guy with a very clever solution. Apparently, the Gilson is sensitive to sound vibrations and will go into shock upon hearing some sweet music. So crank up the tunes, and this fish will be easy to grab. Crush up the Gilson into powder and stir it into water for a powerful, soothing drink.
So, I'm looking for a fish? There's gotta be one here somewhere.
Cooking for every day. Chapter 9, Simple Snacks. If you are in a hurry like I always am, you don't have time to put together complex or large meals. Fortunately, we have some scrumptious and simple recipes that satisfy and take no time at all to prepare. People will ask how you made these so fast. And you can just sit back and smile. Saucy Cheese Buddies recipe. Take a loaf of leftover Italian bread and slice it into 4-inch strips. Lightly butter your bread strips on one side only and lay them face up on a baking sheet. Toast in your oven for 2 to 6 minutes at 400 degrees or until they just begin to brown. Sprinkle a thick layer of mozzarella cheese over the strips and leave them in the oven for just a minute or two to melt the cheese. Remove and serve them with your favorite marinara sauce or spice things up with a little ranch dressing. Quick, easy, and super tasty. Next page, chocolate bacon soup. No. No. Okay. Well, at least I got my clue from the library. I need a fish.
Now that's a fish. Ah, he's too fast. Maybe if it was closer. That did it. Looks like the fish is asleep. Gotcha! You can't get away from me, you little stinker. Hello?
I forgot the Gilson again, didn't I? And there's some already ground up in the kitchen too. I'll bring it up to your room straight away, shall I? Oh, and maybe you could put Harold back in his tank. He does so hate the dry air.
You just try to be a polite guest.
Now, just 3 sips of water. 1. 2. 3.
I wondered if we'd be seeing her again. Mommy has arrived.
Awake at last. I was almost afraid you'd miss my party.
What's going on?
Oh, it seems you're just a little overwhelmed. It's all right, honey. I understand. It's not every day one gets to bask in the glory of an angel.
Angel?
Alice Angel, to be exact. That's who I am. Sent from above. Impending perfection.
What do you want?
Right to the chase. I like that. The truth is, honey, you're one of a kind. And to put it bluntly, what I want is your face removed, your skin peeled away like paper, and your insides torn out and tossed onto my table. Custom parts, ready for my delicious harvest. And with your generous sacrifice, I'll be beautiful. But for now, let's have fun. plenty of time for a bloodbath later. Ooh, how about a game? Let's all play a game of riddles.
Riddles? What a wonderful idea!
No.
All right, honey. Here's the deal. Behind you is the door to freedom. But it will only be opened if you solve my little puzzle and return to your special chair. Then, I'll throw this heavenly switch here. If you get the puzzle right, you walk away. Get it wrong, you fry. Let's begin.
Oh man.
The fox thinks the rabbit smells of elderberry. I couldn't see them sitting together.
Okay.
The bird won't have anything to do with the rabbit, but I hear he likes to court danger by sitting next to the fox. The bird won't have anything to do with the rabbit, but I hear he likes to court danger by sitting next to the fox.
The fox has always hated the bear. They never sit next to each other.
The rabbit never sits with the bird, but he loves the playful company of the bear.
The pompous fox? Well, he wouldn't be caught dead sitting on the left. Far too pedestrian.
My friend the bear always sits next to the bird. After all, they went to school together.
So this would not be the fox. For now, let's just make this one the fox. I think I have it. God, I hope I have it. I love that she's so chill about it.
Hold on tight, honey. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, wow. Then she left. Well, I guess I did get it right. I'm kind of proud of myself for that, actually. I'm usually decent at those kind of like logic puzzles, but I always second guess myself.
Nobody likes a party pooper.
What does she mean? Well, at least there's somewhere I can recharge my gent pipe. There's a place to charge it. There's a place to upgrade it. I got it back!
For the machine!
Those things that say gent battery refill seem to be decorative. Oh, I almost didn't notice that ladder, I guess. Oof. I want to use this linker. It automatically turns to look at the cutout.
I can do this all day. Stop hiding! Start dying! Come out wherever you are! I know you're out there! Die! Where did you go? Help me be beautiful! Where do you think you're going? I don't wanna go! Just for me beautiful! Help me be beautiful!
Oh my god, she's a maniac.
Where do you think you're going?
Maybe I should wait for her to shoot again.
I can do this all day. I know you're out there. Stop hiding. Start dying. I don't wanna go! Come out wherever you are! Are you hiding from me? That's precious. Where did you go? Where did you go? You ain't stealing my spotlight, honey. Where do you think you're going?
The music is so good.
I know you're out there! Stop hiding! Start dying! I can do this all day!
Yeah, I don't think going that way is the answer.
Come out wherever you are!
I think my flow ability is the answer.
Are you hiding from me? Oh, that's precious. Where did you go? I don't wanna go! Where did you go? Those lovely eyes and that shot ain't stealing my spotlight, honey.
I love how wacko she is.
I know, gotcha! Stop hiding! Start dying! day. Come out wherever you are. Are you hiding from me? That's precious.
God, I can't figure this one out.
Where did you go?
Yeah, that's not it.
I don't wanna go!
It's like there's one more switch
Where do you think
somewhere that I'm missing.
Where did you go?
Okay. I can refill my health,
It's still in my spotlight.
and I have activated that weird door up there.
Stop hiding! Start dying! If we are inside! Screams of pain! Come out wherever you are! That's it! I know you're out there!
Somewhere to hide, okay.
Where did you go? I don't wanna go!
Okay, so I made it to this.
Are you hiding from me? That's precious. Where did you go?
So at least I have recharged a gent pipe. And I got a
It's
book.
still in
But the
my
book is not
spotlight, honey.
important to finishing the game.
Where do you think you're going? You freak of ink demon! Stop hiding! Start dying!
Haha.
This all day! I know you're out there!
Okay, that door is open.
Gotcha! Where do you think you're going?
Okay.
Wanna go? Where did you go? I know you're out there!
Luckily, I have enough batteries to do this.
Where did you go? Are you hiding from me? That's precious. Stop hiding! Start dying!
Oh, I know what I have to do now.
Lovely eyes in it! Everything's beautiful!
Whoa!
Come out wherever you are. I don't wanna go! Where did you go? hiding from me? That's precious. How dare you touch me? Final curtain.
I hope it happens again. Let it happen again.
Let's blow them away.
Yes! Please tell me it's her again.
My face. You have my face. It's our face. Beautiful. Always were. Why does this feel so familiar? Are you all right, Audrey?
Alice, I cannot begin to tell you how good it is to see you. And this must be your wolf.
Audrey, meet Tom. He's my protector. My friend.
You both got here just in time. Now I understand why you don't like being called Alice.
The machine creates many of the same forms. At least on the outside. On the inside, we're all pretty different.
Well, from now on, I'm gonna call you something other than Alice. It just doesn't suit you.
Oh? What do you have in mind?
How about Allison?
It's not bad. Okay, I'll try it out. But only if you can tell me what in heaven's name you're doing in Wilson's retreat.
Wilson, I almost forgot. I have to get back right away.
Are you crazy? Wilson's our enemy.
Do you even know him? Have you ever talked to him?
I've seen what he's done. That's good enough for me.
Look, it sounds like he has a plan to kill the ink demon. For good. And I think he can help us all. I just need to go back and hear him out.
Well, if it's true, you'll both need as much help as you can get. The ink demon won't go down without a fight. Tom and I will gather some of our friends. Anyone who's left. Good luck, Audrey.
You too, Allison.
Mind if I take this?
I can pet Tom. Can I pet Allison? Just asking for a friend. Sorry, Alice. Maybe you did deserve better, though. Okay, this is fully charged. Trying to decide if I needed a snack. But it's probably fine. I love her. Beautiful people run this world. If you can have brains or talent, you may just sneak through the gates. But with a pretty face, every door opens. The crowds bow to you. They ask your name They want you to attend. They ask you to speak. A silky voice with gorgeous lips is everyone's weak spot. I was reborn with my perfection stolen from me. To get it back, I'll rip this rotted world apart. Angels are beautiful. Angels are beautiful. I just love to hear them squeak. I think it's funny.
Promise us peace. Must they bring us only more pain?
No, don't send me back. Please, have mercy.
Oh boy. Dear Alice, I don't know if you will read these notes, but I'll keep leaving them for you. I hope someday you'll understand my words and the madness will fade from your mind. In this strange and dark place, we can find light and purpose. We are not left to just wander alone, craving beauty, power, and other meaningless things. Even the heart of someone feeling incomplete can discover joy. We're not lost. We're merely waiting to be found. We are so much alike, formed from the same mold. We're like sisters, you and me. I wish you comfort and the wisdom to let your heart melt into happiness. I won't give up trying to reach you before it's too late. A friend. I think he's coming. Yeah, there he is. But I found that can of bacon soup, so my health's a lot better than it was before I found it. I don't have to worry about that so much now. Whew.
This music box could make a good distraction if I can fix it.
Written in ink. The trophy earned. I wonder if I just found all of the notes, or if I just found enough to get the trophy. They said he killed my lord. They said the ink demon fell. They said I was a false prophet, but I say my lord lives. I say he will return. I say you better watch your back, Mr. Wilson. Can I get an amen? Sammy. Okay. No. Oh. Funny, I don't have my flow ability. I wonder why that's turned off for this section. I don't know if I want to drop down there just yet. Oh, there's a ladder. There's a ladder. Yeah, what I need to do seems to be in there. So... But at least now I know how that works, even though he hit me once. have to use this hiding point because he turns around immediately right there. There's no good hiding spot the other way. So this will be trickier. I'll have to go quick. Now I'm trying to find out where else I could look for the dancer. Because I looked all over this area and I only found the key. So that'll be touchier. I gotta find... First of all, I really would like to know where my flow ability has gone. My miracle station. All right. Keep exploring. Keep looking for the dancer figurine. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit and see if it was further back. Normally they don't make you backtrack too much for objectives, but... Yeah, I don't think I could have made it to that barrel. I think I made the right call. That's it. The ability suppression thing. They're gone. Both Alice's and Tom are gone. I don't really need anything back here, though. Sounds like if I keep going further back, I'm gonna hit the nobodies or whatever they're called. I think I just kind of stole that from Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I didn't think it would be back further like that, but I can't find it. I've kind of explored everywhere, but this game loves to hide stuff. Can't do that again. If I could just disable a signal tower, I could shoot across there. I mean, is that what I have to do? Wait. Dang. I was kind of hoping that it may be in there. I mean, I fully expect it to be like the solution to be really stupid. It's usually how this goes. It's like, oh, it was there, and that's going to be my reaction. Really running out of ideas. Okay, so I went up there, nothing. Nothing here either. Little Miracle Station, nothing, nothing, nothing. Your man's is moonwalking? What's he doing there? Brother, do you need help? There, I unstuck him. Whatever works. Alright. Let me see here. I've still got like 50 slugs. Wait. I'm trying to remember which one is the symbol for the slugs. I think it might be the top thing that with the little money sign. So I've got plenty of money if that's the case. Alright, I got the key. My flow is suppressed. At least now I remember that's the reason I can't use it. There's nothing in here. He's stuck again. He's just stuck differently. Okay. Nothing back here. Okay, that guy is not stuck. Okay, good. I looked back there. That's my last stop. I'm gonna go over here again first, though. Okay. Over here. I can jump up in this corner. That's it. Wait, what? Was the solution all along that I had to just come up here? And this way would be open to me now. No, I can do that too. Okay. I don't need those chips just now. Oh, that's... Whoa! What? Okay. Cannot interact during combat. Wait, where am I? Oh, I'm in an area I've never been to. That's awesome. Yes, please respawn me somewhere that I've never been to. Awesome. Okay. Okay, there's another, let's see if I can slide over here without being caught. Okay. Oh, that's where I put the music box. Got it. Now, how do I charge up this pipe again? I need at least one more charge to activate that switch. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. And when I get back, I'm gonna figure this out. Okay. We are back to a creepy game. I have un café decaffeinated and peanut butter and crackers. Your boy keeps getting stuck. He's really stuck this time. He didn't even move. The symbol down there is stuck too. Yeah, I think this is where it is. Okay. Still stuck? Yep. Wait, I don't need to worry about that. I need to press forward. Okay, hold on. All right. There's nothing really off to the right. Okay, I started looking around here, but I got chased out.
It's a little backtracking I really didn't have to do. Okay. Fuckwan. Unless you can climb fucking ladders. Too bad. Okay. Now to try to be a little bit more delicate about this. Here comes Santa Claus. Oh. What? I don't know how he saw me that time. At least I got ahead of him. So he can just beat the crap out of me even while I'm running away. That ticks me off. God damn it. At least that time I remembered to use my flow ability to stay ahead of him. I keep forgetting I can do that. I only think of it as a puzzle solving element. I ever get a chance to kill these things, oh man, this particular one is first on my list. There it is. What? I'm tired of this shit, I tell you what. Okay. I already searched those drawers, so let's keep going. Oh my god. I just wanted to look at the little Alice
That's all the
angel.
pieces for the music box.
But that's the little Alice angel before I picked it up. I was willing to risk it. Damn, that started to get annoying. That man's is still having an issue over there.
Fixed. Now I just need to find a good place to put it.
Okay, good. I could just flow across now that I shut off the blocker. Real quick, I do want to say I'm pretty proud of myself that even though some of this stuff has been kind of ridiculous, I have not used a guide tonight either. I feel like the first game was worse in that respect, in terms of shit that you just can't figure out how to do without a guide. This one's not as bad. Like, most of the stuff is a little bit more intuitive in this sequel.
Here goes nothing.
Yeah, that didn't work. Oh! They figured me out a lot faster than I thought they did. Or would. You don't know. Oh, so that time it hurt. Stupid. No! Damn it. It's so touchy. I survived. I just want to take a glance through here, but I kind of didn't think there'd be anything. Okay. Boy, I sure am glad that's over. Oh, she's just waiting, huh?
There you are, thank goodness. Wilson's waiting for you downstairs in the laboratory when you're ready. But first, can I get your help with something? Normally, I wouldn't ask this of a guest, but with all that's happening, I can't sneak out and get things like I usually do. Do you think you could pop round to the farmer's market back in town and find me a few ingredients? We're running quite low in the kitchen, and I was hoping we could all celebrate tonight with a lovely supper. Won't take but a moment if you go by train. Up to you. No pressure.
Okay. I was like, am I going toward the subway? Alas, poor Yurik.
Please stay clear of the doors. Por favor, manténgase alejado de las puertas. Have a nice day. Que tengas un lindo día.
A memory! I haven't seen one of those in a while. A man's fashionable hat prefers summer stroll in the park. Still smells of cotton candy and playful afternoons. Wait, is this the right subway stop? No, I don't want that. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember this guy was there last time and I just kind of left him there. Okay. I came, I saw, I erranded. And I don't really think there's anything else that I should do. Oh my god, what? Whatever. Get the fuck out of here. There's where I came from. But now I have opened this so I can travel back to the train. Oh. Bye. I guess,
Please stay clear of the doors. Por favor, manténgase alejado de las puertas.
Oh, I'm already at a decaf. Aw.
You're a miracle worker. Oh, truly. Oh, I only wish there was something I could do for you. Oh, wait. I spotted something in the fountain yesterday. Don't know what it's for, but you're welcome to have it. You better go see Wilson downstairs. He's been waiting ages.
Oh, I guess that's it. Oh, that's still nice. I like Betty. She's very sweet. A cracked mug, lovingly repurposed into a plaything. It may be sad, but it still has life in it yet. That's weirdly cute. Okay. I think it's time to continue the plot. Wait. Now, wait a minute, actually. I thought I remembered seeing another linker somewhere. And I guess I just want to check it and see where it goes. Now that I have my powers back and my weapon back. Sorry, just gotta pee again. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. This would have been really funny if earlier when I took a break to use the restroom and get some decaf. If this had been where I did it, would have been really funny. Wait, here's one right here. I just didn't turn in that direction. Let's see where it goes.
This isn't happening. This isn't happening. I tried to tell him
that he was up to something. I tried to tell him.
Wilson knows our purpose. What is it? What is it?
Where the hell am I? Oh, whatever. I just wanted to see where it led. It's really interesting that there are fast travel points, but you have to know where they go for them to do you any good. I find that really curious. That's all that madness. Bye. Bye. I think I will indeed go to the laboratory now. Bye. Yeah, just this non-linker inkwell made me think of it. Made me want to check that out. Oh. I've never seen color in here before. He really has been doing some experiments. This is crazy. Well, I guess I'll do this real quick.
Thank you for coming all this way. The Ink Demon is a formidable foe. To truly destroy such a monster, he must be dethroned, humiliated. For months now, I've been working on something that will do exactly that. Cast out the demon, and put a new deity in his place. Stronger, more powerful, and controllable. Together, we just need to unleash our ultimate weapon. Come, let me show you my creation. Isn't he beautiful? Simple but elegant. A treasure. Powerful beyond anyone. The Ink Demon will fall, and we can have peace at last.
It could work, but it sounds risky. How will we control him? We don't want to repeat Joey's mistake.
No, we don't. All of the factors must be perfect. The right design, the right science, and the right soul. At last your purpose is revealed, Audrey.
Oh, no.
This is why you're here. With your soul inside him, my creation will live forever.
Stay away from me. You're insane.
Come now, Audrey. Part of you knew this was your path. Leave yourself behind and ascend.
I thought you said we needed to save your father. I thought you had a plan to send me home, to make everything right.
I lied. My father is beyond hope. Perhaps you know him. Nathan Arch, owner of Archgate, industrial genius, business tycoon. For years, I've lived in his reaching shadow. He always had time for the grand creatives of the world, the doers, as he called them. He knew only the best, the biggest thinkers. How could his lowly son ever hope to compete with that? But now, thanks to you, I can. No need to struggle. My signal prevents you from using those devilish powers of yours. And more importantly, keeps the ink demon from getting in. It's time to die, Audrey, and live again as a god.
No, not this time.
Whoa. Subject accepted. So it seems as if now I will have to, I'll have to fight him as that weird Technicolor nightmare that he showed me. Ship ahoy, Stanley.
I decided to go for a walk this morning. Took a little stroll down to the park. Enjoyed the warm sun for a while, found a quiet bench, and grabbed a hot dog. It's been ages since I've done that. Tessa would kill me if she knew I've been off my diet. When I got back to the office, I stopped by the animation department and said hello to the troops. My gosh, they're getting younger every day. Either that or I'm just getting older. It all made me realize time is moving on. The hard struggles don't seem as dire as they used to. Life has other value. I think I'll go home early today. Maybe I'll even pick up a hot dog for Tessa.
Okay, that was perfectly inane, I think is the word I want to use. Man, I just love hot dogs. They're pretty great. You ever had a hot dog? I don't know if I want to go in there yet. Don't go yet. Don't go yet. Okay. I feel like there's not much more I can do in this area. Can't actually go in there.
You were birthed from the darkest shadows. Born. It's time to ask the question.
I'm not even sure I'm actually hurting him when I do that part. Oh. What did he do? Bendy? To the darkest reaches. Oh, I lost my legs.
It's time. Your road is broken. Join the dark tunnels and give in to your suffering. You have nothing. You are without purpose. Your very existence was a terrible lie. You're a mistake. A monster. Like me. But I will make you strong. I will make you meaningful. It's time. The daughter of truth, the power of a demon.
What's happening to me?
There's always a choice. I know you're in there. Deep behind that evil face. Inside somewhere is my little girl. My Audrey. My greatest creation.
I'm scared. I don't know what's happening.
The past doesn't define you, nor the present. In the end, all those years ago, Joey Drew finally succeeded. He created life. But Audrey, you're so much more than that. You were his family, his daughter, my daughter. And I love you so very much.
Be quiet and rich.
Remember who you are, Audrey. Remember.
Your words are wasted. The failure of Joey Drew dies.
I know you're in there. You don't have to be this anymore. It's never too late. Just a pencil and a dream isn't enough. You have to have heart.
The future is sealed.
starting over.
This is the end.
Oh man.
Just a pawn. What else you can define me? Arise, my domain. Destroy this stranger.
You wanna die?
Allison! Audrey, is that you in there? Come on, keep moving. We'll get you through. Tom, make us some trouble.
Oh, yes! Because I saved him. Well, not saved him, I fed him a heart.
Audrey, run! I'm ready for you, Get her! Not alone.
This is it!
I got this. Keep fighting.
The ink demon rises. Surrender yourself to the Lord of the Dark Puddles. It's time to believe.
It's open.
For the machine!
Who's running to the left?
Dead end. Now what?
Need some help?
Henry, you came.
Some battles are worth fighting for, even 1,000,000 times. Come on, I found a projector up ahead. Run for it.
This man is mad, and the cycle will continue.
Well then, we'll just have to do better next time.
Studio Star. Studio Scrapper. The Master's Pen.
My father once told me that just because we're born of darkness doesn't mean we belong to it. We're always free to choose. And here, at the very beginning, there's a choice to make. My father's cartoon world was now mine, to rule, to watch over, and to protect. I can make the cycle more bearable for my friends inside. But as for me, I'm the first of my kind. Born of ink, but living in flesh. Joey's world is escaping into ours. So, what's next? Who can really say?
Holy shit. She did good. Yeah, she did good too. Aw. Little lost friends. He did great. I liked Betty. Your boy from last game. He also did really good. Mark Dodson is a familiar name. driving away. With what? Oh, the Meatly also did all the music. Okay, Jacksepticeye did come back. That's great, honestly. It's such a small part, but I love that he came back for that. I wonder if there was a bad ending that I didn't get. This game is for all the amazing Bendy fans who have been an incredible and dedicated community of supporting people. Can I get an amen? And you, the player. Yes, you. Thank you for playing. About to say, is there more? Because I beat it. Archives wasn't there before. Welcome to the Archives. Bendy and the Dark Revival is filled with numerous characters that each had a critical role to play in the progression of the game. Here in the Archives, you will learn a little bit more about them. In an up-close and personal way, feel free to explore. Well, considering I beat it, I might as well check out all the stuff. Bendy, the iconic imp, was redesigned for Dark Revival to stand out a bit from his traditional cartoon appearance by giving him a suit of clothes. He posed some minor challenges, specifically creating a face that sported the classic Bendy eerie smile, but still managed to be heartwarming in the right conditions. He is a fan favorite, so his design had to be just right. During production, we originally envisioned Bendy to talk with a series of cute squeaks to contrast the dark, low voice of the Ink Demon, but this turned out to be very distracting, and the idea was scrapped pretty early on. Which way do I go first? The Ink Demon. As the world of Dark Revival became more complex and established, we realized the Ink Demon's design needed a complete rethink to match our new tone. Previous versions of his appearance looked absolutely silly when placed in the world alongside the other characters. No amount of creepy music or screen effects could conceal how out of place he looked. The Ink Demon needed to look different than everything else in the world and show a natural progression of the Ink Demon's evolution as Wilson held the cycle in place. Beast Bendy. Returning for the climax of Dark Revival, Beast Bendy also was revisited with the mindset of making him more powerful and beast-like. Traditionally, in most horror games, they tend to build to a point where the main villain becomes a final form monster as a final boss. It's practically a trope, our idea. What if you got to play as that final form instead? The Ink Machine. Designed by Thomas Connor of the Gent Corporation, stolen by Joey Drew, retrieved by Archgate, and once again reclaimed by Gent. Ah, that's what the truck was doing. The Ink Machine's next adventure is a mystery. Audrey, cartoon. Audrey is a kind-hearted rogue with courage, determination, some flaws, and a deep, dark past. To make our story work, we needed a newcomer to the cartoon studio world, and Audrey was the perfect fresh eyes to help the experience the adventure. From day one of production, we knew that if people didn't connect with Audrey by the end of the game itself wouldn't be successful. Fortunately, she turned out to be quite memorable indeed and stands out from the other members of the cast. Wilson, cartoon. Wilson was a difficult character to balance. At first, the players are purposely led to believe he is a one-note character, obviously evil, with an over-the-top villain personality. But as the story progresses, we see other sides of the character and the player becomes muddled with who the man really is. In one draft, Wilson was written as a servant of Nathan Arch Jr., a separate character at the time. But the story made for far more sense when the two characters became one, eliminating a lot of needless narrative complexity. Trash can. Harold. Too much dry hair, not enough fish. I can't believe something was actually in there. Okay. The Butcher Gang. Barley, Charlie, and Edgar, the three original members of the Butcher Gang, were formed from the ink machine, deconstructed by Alice Angel for body parts, and bond together to stay alive with sneak attacks on their prey. In Dark Revival, we meet an artificial fourth member of the game, Carly, the Ghost Girl. Although when you begin to examine her closely, Carly appears to only be a shell with perhaps someone inside. I like that their standees are next to them all. The Keepers, Wilson's deadly guards and scientists. They aren't perfect, but the Keepers will get the job done, no matter the cost. They are responsible for pressing the ink demon inside a smaller form, keeping his power sealed away until Audrey came along and unknowingly changed the situation. The Keepers were visually designed to reflect the dangers and evils of the ink machine itself. Faceless beings made of gears and wires with no sense of morality, ordered around like cattle, a creation living without purpose. Oh, Sammy Lawrence. The famous music composer of the studio, Sammy Lawrence originally had a slightly larger role in the story of Dark Revival, but in a story already filled with so many characters, making them all play a meaningful part became a challenge. He was ultimately sidelined in favor of telling a more coherent storyline. Although it is interesting to note that Sammy Lawrence appears to have mastered the flow ability in Bendy and the Ink Machine long before Porter and Audrey could wield it. Alice Angel, the self-appointed queen of the studio, and rightly so. Alice Angel is one of the most memorable faces in the Bendy world. Forever lost in a tide of insanity, she is an absolute delight to write for as a character. An angel with many layers, time will only tell if this inky temptress will ever reappear. Yeah, she could reappear. King Widow. Ink widows have begun to infest where the light grows darkest. Their king, the biggest and most feared, will only emerge from his nest when its young are threatened. Ship Ahoy Dudley, the demented invention of Wilson. Created to serve the dual purpose of dethroning the ink demon in the cartoon world and also upstaging Joey Drew in the eyes of Wilson's father, Nathan Arch. Neither of these happened. Ship Ahoy Dudley is a mysterious sailor with his own eerie grin, similar to that of Bendy, along with his sidekick, Crackle the Crab. It is unknown just what kind of cartoon adventures they would have had together. Yeah, because that ain't happening. Lurker. The Lurker, or Steve as he came to be known, was originally created as a brute-type enemy that would free roam the way Lost Ones do, but ultimately felt unnecessary as the random ink demon encounters already fulfilled the role of putting in the player on edge. while exploring previous traversed locations. In the end, the Lurker found a much better calling as an unlikely ally, effectively expanding him into more than just a typical enemy. I think Steve is pretty dope. And I am glad I went back. Oh! Lord Amok. The ruler of a sewer cult, Lord Amok illustrates how the world of the Ink had continued to develop into different societies deep within the darkest places. Though he was weak in a fight, his name will simply never die. Yeah, except it's me now, bitch. I dethroned him and he sucked. Porter. As the cycle was held in place and with the influence of the Ink Demon held at bay, the cartoon world was able to grow and advance, creating such characters as Porter, a lost one who came to claim a new identity as an explorer. Porter was written with the knowledge that Dark Revival would feature a far more serious tone than the first game of Bendy and the Ink Machine, and his lighthearted innocence would help the player feel some warmth in this inky world of sorrow. Heidi. It is believed that Heidi has spent some time in the Pit, a prison set up by Wilson and the Keepers. It is unclear why, but most likely she was able to access places she shouldn't have. The experience in the Pit changed her, as it does many, reverting her into a childlike state, longing for happiness again. Yeah, poor Heidi, she just wanted to play hide and seek. I think being able to walk around in the archives is pretty cool. I do notice that in the archives you aren't Audrey, you're just you. Joey Drew, memory. The man, the legend, the memory. Creating this version of Joey Drew was both an exciting and daunting process. It was clear from the start that this Joey would be different from the one from the original Bendy and the Ink Machine game. This was a man with all the guilt from a past life, but without the experience to fully understand it. The real Joey Drew made many mistakes, but ultimately learned from them. This doesn't absolve him of his sins, but at the end of his life, he was able to help correct some of them and then help fight the darkness he created. Betty. A faithful maid, among other things, to Wilson, Betty was an important character to the story of Dark Revival. As a failed experiment and someone relatively new to the cartoon studio, she was able to give a somewhat different point of view on the state of the world. We have purposefully left it unclear if Betty was in on Wilson's plot to harvest Audrey, or if she is just a bystander. Behind her mask, there are still answers to be found. Now I do kind of have to wonder. I saw in the credits that she had taken the mask off, and that is interesting to me. I love these, the fan art posters. Nathan Arch Sr. Nathan Arch was everything Joey Drew wasn't. He worked hard, built up from nothing, and never compromised his integrity. Joey had big dreams, but Nathan accomplished his own dreams. He and his wife Tessa raised a son with as much love and care as they could, despite Nathan's career pressures. Sadly, his son did not share Nathan's natural talent for business and enterprise. Audrey's donut. No, you can't have it, Audrey. Random. Wilson. Haunted by the impossible shadow of Nathan Arch, Wilson sought to achieve something that would make his father proud. By luck, he stumbled upon the Ink Machine and was able to become the cartoon world's new master. Holding the cycle in place, he continued his experiments that could not fully be realized until the ink demon was purged. However, unnaturally entering to and from the ink realm has taken a toll on Wilson's physical being, slowly robbing him of his health. Audrey, the unknowing daughter of an animation pioneer. Audrey has blocked out the memory of her past after losing her father, but his role in her life was not over. A talented animator and artist, her skills landed her a job at Archgate. Was it fate that led her to reunite with Joey Drew's machine, the machine of her birth, or was it planned? I do like getting to like really take a look at what she looked like before she fell down there, because you barely get a glance at the you barely get to glance at her in the mirror one time before you're sucked down into the ink world. Okay, I looked at those two. More of those posters. Cycle breakers. Henry Stein, the original cycle breaker. Henry Stein is the ghost of a man who lost his purpose years ago. Once fueled with finding a way to escape the tortures of the ink demon and finding his way home to his wife, Henry is now left with the cold reality of being a recreation of the person he thought he was. Saved as a special surprise for fans of the Bendy and the Ink Machine game, Henry was strictly omitted from all public discussion of the character during the entire production, which spanned several years. But Henry returned with a very satisfying face reveal. Yeah, because you never saw his face in the first game. Tom is Allison's silent protector. I don't know, I like Tom. And the only Boris clone involved in the main story. Where is Boris the Wolf? Rumor has it that during the events of the game, Boris is experiencing a dark survival story of his own, which I did see something about there being a little side game, and I may have to look into that. Allison. Returning for another victory over the Ink Demon, Allison is always the voice of reason, a beacon of hope. Allison's design was carefully upgraded from the previous Bendy and the Ink Machine game to maintain her personality, but with more fidelity. The purpose of meeting Allison so early in the campaign was to introduce the player to a familiar face after the main introduction. At the start, Allison was able to serve as the motivating force for Audrey until the true plot kicked in later. And I love her, and I want nothing but good things for her. Well, that's pretty cool. I'm glad I decided to see if there was some, like, gallery or something, because this turned out to be much more interesting than just the average gallery would be. Well, that was a pretty good game, I do have to say. And I enjoyed it. Here, let me... I like being able to see Audrey instead of fucking Wilson. I like that they have him pointing like he did in that little side mission. Anyway, I think I did it. I would say that I did it. It was done. It was done by me. You did it by being here. We all kind of did it. And yeah, that was Bendy in the Dark Revival. And I think I enjoyed it very much. And yeah, I'm gonna rate out. But if you did watch, thank you so much for watching. If you didn't, well then you didn't hear this. And yeah. So I'll catch you next time when I play something else. Bye.